afraid. His vision was blurry, his legs numb, his fingers tingling. The doctor had explained it to him. Something about neuropathy, about organ failure. The words had barely registered. What did register was the tray of food the nurse placed beside him. Bland, tasteless, sugar-free rabbit food. He would push it aside every time. The doctors called it suicide on the installment plan. "I told you," he muttered. "I want a damn Coke." The nurse sighed. "Oh, Mr. C, you really need to build an empire," he snapped, or at least try to. His voice barely carried past his dry lips. "You think I'm going to let y'all tell me what I can and can do now?" He said as if someone was actually listening to him, or cared what he had to say. The nurse gave him a pitying look before walking away. Richard turned his head to the window again, watching the city and life move on without him. As far back as he could remember from his grandpa and his father, it was drilled into him that there were only winners and losers, and that with workers, the only relationship was that of a boss. "Familiarity breeds disrespect," he heard them say. For Richard, like all the Covingtons, it was all about the money. He didn't have any friends, except for CSC, so it was no big surprise that he would go to the grave unmourned. In the end, he had so much and so little. "Yeah, I know. Somewhere out there, people are still buying my products. They're still eating the cereals, drinking the sodas, indulging in the sweetness of life we gave them." He'd think to himself, proving that there are none so blind as those who refuse to see. Later that evening, his breathing slowed, and he became semi-conscious and delirious. "Beth, my love, is that you?" he'd say to the nurses. "Elizabeth, Beth, Elizabeth," he would call over and over. There was never any answer. His fingers curled weakly into the sheets. And then, without a sound, Richard Champion Covington, once a titan of American industry, a king of sugar, a man who had built and lost everything, quietly slipped away and into death. His body had finally accepted what his mind never could, that, in more ways than one, sugar was his killer. He was cremated, and per his last wishes, his ashes were spread over his former cane fields in Louisiana. In a sign of respect, a marker was also placed on the plantation he loved. No one attended any ceremony, and there was no mention of it in the media. The more than 100-year reign of the Covington family over America's diet and the sugar industry was done. But the debate over sugar is still far from over. We hope you enjoyed this audiobook on Apple Books. Digital narration based on great human narrator makes it possible for us to add even more audiobooks to our extensive selection. From all-time favorites to new releases, you can always find your next great listen on Apple Books.
That is such a sad story, and that's a true story. You know what I'm saying? They got it under fiction on audiobooks. That's a true story. That's sad, you know, but God bless all the people, because, you know, I grew up working in nursing homes and convalescent homes, you know, going to work when I was 2-3 years old with old people. And, you know, like, you know, I went to the Navy when I was 18, so like, we got used to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, yeah, you know, we gotta do this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and just, but man, dude, that's a sad story. God bless all the people around the world. You know, I wish, like, you know, people don't, like, it'd be hard to understand me, but people don't have time for that. They just have time for themselves, and I guess I'm the same way, too, because we need so much, but, can't understand nobody you don't know, and they can't understand you, so we're all different. God bless the people, you know, don't let me, you know, like, lose love and appreciation and stuff like that. And I'm saying, like, yes, you know, like, you know, whatever I have to have, you know what I'm saying, like, quietness or whatever. I'm saying God bless all the people in the past, in the future, the babies are gonna grow up and go through all this stuff, like all the stuff they gotta go through for us and like that. And everybody who does something nice to help somebody instead of trying to hurt someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, alright, I'll never be like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be scared and I'm so like that. If I had to face that fact, you know what I'm saying? A long time ago, and I faced it. And saying, like, you know, and I started freaking. I should have, you know, like, if I would have, you know what I'm saying? Like, did the best thing for myself. So I'd have most likely stayed where I lived a long time ago, you know what I'm saying? Like, kept on my own plans because I know it's better for myself. Somebody using you and stuff like that, playing mind games. Like that. I hope I don't ever do that to nobody. Doesn't matter who I am, brother. Sister, never did nothing to nobody like that. For me to deserve to hurt anybody like that or do anything like that. People try to tell you it's all right for somebody to do something like that to you. That's crazy. But that's a sad story.